Okay, so this video is going to be about the TI, which is this row down here. We like all of these. I'm going to say the same disclaimer, only this one, it's a little bit less true, this disclaimer, because I consider myself here, I might be wrong, but I think I'm a TI personally. But again, this is just what the model is saying, what I think the model is saying, how I'm interpreting this model. And I could be completely wrong. I have no idea. Like seriously, I have no data in front of me to corroborate this, to corroborate anything that I'm saying is true or not. But let's dive into it anyways. Okay, so TI is going to be down here. TI is really what's interesting to you, what interests you, more or less. They're going to be so out here are going to be the more objective TIs. Most TIs are all going to be Ps, except for here they're going to be the Js. And they're going to and they're all going to be introverts, except for here this one's going to be a bit more extroverted. Okay, so these are going to be the very objective people. They're going to be extroverted perceivers. Extroverted perceivers are generally very objective, and they're going to be very close to the data that's out there. They're going to be very close to the to gathering new experiences, and they're going to want to gather a lot of information. And the information they gather, and that's going to be relevant to them, is the information that interests them. Okay, so they're going to have an interest, and they're going to dive into that interest and explore and get a lot of information and data on that interest. And that's where they're going to thrive. They're going to thrive in that area where they just really want to learn as much as they can. It really interests them. And you know what? Something else might interest them something else might interest them down the line, and that's fine. They'll go and they'll gather and they'll research and they'll spend all their time there. They're going to be really, really good at gathering that objective data about whatever is currently interesting them. Okay, and if you want to interview anyone, or if you ever want to get any facts or anything, like right now, I have no idea if what I'm saying is true or not. These are the people I'm going to want to ask. People who this sort of stuff interests them, and people who are out there gathering that data objectively. And so I can ask them about that data, and I will know they're going to be very objective about it. Okay. Now, these people are also going to be very objective about the data that's being gathered, but they're going to worry less about gathering the data. I mean, they're going to like getting new information, and they're going to deal with all of the new, but they're going to really want to process that information. That's where they're going to thrive. They're going to want to try to process it and interpret it in some way. And they don't need to come to a conclusion, but they need to sort of process it to transfer it to their memory, or to convert it to something. And they generally don't need to convert something, but if they need to make a decision, these are the deciders. So if they need to make a decision, they're going to be really good at making these objective decisions over all of the information that's out there, and figuring that out. Now, these people here, now this is where I think I am, so this is why and I might be completely wrong. I might not be this, and I might be full of BS when I'm saying all this stuff, because this isn't me at all. But this is what I think it is people that have already, they like data that's already been processed. They don't like this new information, or if it's new information, it needs to be a little bit processed first. And they will really thrive, and they'll be very introspective. They're very introverted on this side. Okay, both of these are going to be introverted. This is still going to be a perceiver. So they're still going to like to be a little bit objective about the information they're going through, but they're closer to the subjective, and they're going to mull over this information. They're going to remember old information, and they're going to use all of this old information and process it, and they're going to organize it a bit more. These are going to be the really good organizers, okay, and we'll get them to them in a second. They're going to be the J's. They're going to be able to categorize everything, but they're going to less organize than them, and they're going to more process that old information and see if some kind of pattern here, see if some kind of pattern comes out, or see if some kind of, they can come to come to a conclusion, but they can think about these facts. Like I really don't know about this one, but this one at least is seeing about the patterns. And then here is going to be more like organizing. The TIs that are going to more organize, they're going to be very subjective TIs. They're going to be very judging TIs. Out of all of the TIs, they're going to be the most judging TIs, and they're going to focus on that information that they have stored already, or that is old, or that they know already, and they're going to really be mulling over that information and sorting it out and categorizing it. So these people, I guess, like the taxonomers are going to be like these people who are going to go out and be like, and they're going to mull over that information and find, you know, maybe they'll find new things in that information, or maybe they'll find new ways to organize that information, and that's where they're gonna thrive. Okay, so that's gonna complete the rows. I'm gonna get into the columns next, and yeah, have a good one.